Hey, KeyData, I wanted to show you a kind of a weird bug. And this is kind of affects the reporting on your owner reports, where you can generate these owner reports. Um, and this is really kind of the only place it affects. And it's truly just a configuration thing in Track. But I do think it needs to be fixed because we just got caught up in this with an owner not really trusting us too much. So what this stems from is what are reporting on here. So if we look at this one reservation right here, you'll see that the revenue is 1164, right? Um, and if I go into um, our, sorry, let me get into the actual reservations here and just show you what I'm talking about here. Um, this is going to be, sorry, I am barking up some of these wrong trees here. So it is this, I believe it's this reservation here. Yeah, it is. Okay, you'll notice that this is a one that came in through BookingPal, through Expedia and Booking.com. I think it's actually BookingPal where it came in, or sorry, Expedia is where it came in. Um, and so you'll see that this number does match indeed. So 116404, right? Um, but on our back end, we have some other fees like travel agent fees and stuff that we actually take off the top before we do a split with the owner. And so if I log in, this is the owner portal. This is what the owner sees right here. And this is this is our rental before a split with property manager, right? So we would expect to see 1164 here, but we don't. And the reason for that is there's a couple configurations in Track that I'll show you here. Let me get back into Track. So the first thing is there's a couple places where you set something like this up in Track, and that is under this companies, we basically set up a travel agent. So BookingPal, Expedia, this takes 20% off the top of that reservation. So that is right off of that 116404. And then the second place we do this also is a thing called a booking fee. And a booking fee in Track is something that gets taken off the top of what you're going to pay the owner before you pay the owner. So it's not kind of a booking fee in the normal sense. But you can see right here that there's an additional 8% that comes off of that. And then we get into back to the owner portal here. Then we start getting into this number right here. And this just caused some confusion with the owner. You know, when it's a new owner, it was an existing reservation that we already had on this property. So it's a new owner to the property. And we reported 1164 to the owner, but they go in the owner portal like, hey, wait a second, this is 856, something's wrong. So we went into this giant explanation, and they're all fine now. But if we're going to be generating reports to owners using this data, it creates sort of a danger sign here. If we're going to be recording one thing, but then on the owner statements, if they're paying attention, it's going to show something different, waste a lot of time, creates distrust, that sort of thing. And so what I wanted to show you, let me just show you the reservation breakdown. So this is the raw nightly rent. And I had to go through like an order of execution thing with Track to understand how it's all calculated. But basically, you take that travel agent commission off first, and then you get to a new total. Then you take your other booking fee off here. Then that's the same number that's reported in the owner portal. This number here, it's not your job to report that. That's up to each property manager. But usually when you're talking with owners, it's all gross rental revenue. But this would be the effective gross rental revenue right here. And that's kind of where I think it would be worthwhile exploring fixing this one area when we're talking about reporting things to owners. The rest of KeyData um, keep the same because, you know, from a company perspective and looking at this, it makes sense that the rent was 1164 because then our, you know, Expedia fee that we pull off and the BookingPal fee that comes off becomes part of our cost of goods sold in all of our accounting. So it does make sense to keep the big revenue number on there and be able to run our company that way. It's just the owner reports because owners will find some sort of a discrepancy in this. So just wanted to show you that. disconnect when it comes with track, it comes down to track. And I think that's all fixable, but it's something that's would be helpful, I think, to fix that type of bug there. Thanks for watching.